Plaintiff Jennifer Castor says she and the defendant have dated on and off for 4 years. Jennifer says the defendant lied on Facebook and claimed they hadn't spoken in 2 years, yet they just had sex a week ago. Jennifer suing her ex for breach of contract and defamation of character. Defendant Josh Reisner says he broke up with Jennifer after she kicked him out of their home. So he started dating another woman and got her pregnant. Josh claims once Jennifer found out, she started stalking his pregnant girlfriend. And he insists they did not have sex last week.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Me and Josh started dating in 2013. It was basically an on and off relationship. He's a Gemini, so basically multiple personalities. 1 minute he loves me, the next minute he doesn't love me. So basically it's just been on and off with him. We never officially broke up. So
It's a Gemini. All Geminis aren't like that with their mate. I know a lot of Geminis, they stay with their mate all the time.
yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
So anyway, so it was on and off with Josh, and basically it was just like he just kept lying on Facebook, saying that he hasn't dealt with me in over 2 years. But I have text messages as well that we still have been communicating. Him telling me.
All right.
That
So when the last time you all dated?
we I saw him last Thursday. We had sex.
Okay. So you were still dealing with. So did you all know you were? Did he know you were suing him last Thursday?
No, he didn't know that time I was suing him.
And you weren't too upset with him either.
I was upset. I've been asking him for the money for months and months, but he hasn't.
So he's that good that
I wouldn't say that, no.
man owes you money, you're suing him in court, but you just got to get you a little, you just have to have sex with him.
That's so Gemini.
Yeah, it sounds like she's the Gemini, doesn't it? Yeah, you're the Gemini. All right, this is last Thursday.
Yes.
Are you ever going to be with him again?
No, I'm not.
Why?
Because he lies too much back and forth, basically telling me that was the best thing that happened to him in text messages. But it's just like the action on Facebook, you're showing me that something different, that I was the worst thing for you, but at the same time, you still communicate with me.
How did last Thursday occur? He called you, you called him?
Wednesday, he texted me saying, hi, how are you? Just checking up on you. And then we started talking. I was just like, in text saying, I'm like, oh, so I'm glad that you're happy now. And he's like, well, I'm not really happy. And then saying that I was basically happier with you.
But you knew you all were going to break up?
We didn't really break up.
So you're still together?
No, we're not together. I kind of put
Well, you did break up.
No, we really didn't break up.
Well, then you're still together.
So, I don't know. With him, it was just like I said.
Let's do this. You want to break up? I can make it official.
Yeah. Can you? Can you please? Can you please?
You know you called that man for one for the road. Go ahead. You give me some background, sir.
How you doing, Judge?
Hi.
First of all, we're not here for no money. We're not here for anything but her wanting me. Yeah, we did date on and off for years. We had a crib together. Biggest mistake in the world.
Why? What was she like as a...
Well, first off, a week after we moved in the crib, she kicked me out the crib. We broke up, we stopped talking, we were on and off, a couple months went by, 3-4 months, we were slowly communicating again, trying to work it out. I figured we'd try it again. Tried it again. Back to the same BS. So in between that time, we broke up.
I mean, but what was causing all this? You didn't tell me what was causing it. Was she catching you cheating?
No, she ain't never called me. I never cheated on her, but her problem was she believes all her friends. And for someone who don't have social media, you follow the hell out of my social media. So she pretty much got mad at me because the last time we broke up, which was in early 2016, around February or January, February, I started talking to this other woman. Now me and this other woman started dating. She got pregnant. So then, make it work. This is my 4th kid. So I'm taking care of them. Plus, trying to deal with her, just at least be friends. And it's, you're stalking my life. You showing up at my crib at 5 o'clock in the morning, then I'm at home with my girlfriend who's pregnant.
When did she start showing up at your house?
One day, It was about, over the summer, about June, July-ish. June or July, I'm not exactly sure exactly what month it was. About 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear a ding dong. I thought it was my brother, because my brother lived across the street. You know, sometimes he might come home drunk and ring the doorbell and go home, just to be funny. So I'm thinking it was my brother. So then I waited about 5 minutes. I was like, if it's Corey, I'm gonna go down there and
And you were with your woman then?
Yeah, we were in the bed sleep about 5 o'clock in the morning. So then another doorbell ring. I'm like, okay, maybe he's really drunk and he just wants to come in and don't want to walk across the street. So I left it alone. About 10 minutes go by, she rings the doorbell for like a minute straight. Now I have kids in the house. So I come out the house in my boxers and my Timberlands. And I chase her down the street. She runs down the street, across the street, back to my dad's apartment building, into his lobby of his building, screaming at the top of her lungs at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Your Honor.
No. There's no Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I'm not even denying the fact that I owe her $300. I'm not even denying it because I just gave her $700 like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So it's not even about money with her, it's me. And then she called me right while I'm in Florida. Well, a little birdie said you have a tattoo on the right side of your chest. So I take a picture of my chest. There's no tattoo on the right side of my chest. Like, where do you hear all this information? She believes everything that everybody says, but just so you know, right after she made that phone call, I went the very next day and got the tattoo on the left side of my chest. Just so you know. It's on the left side with 3 hearts over the heart.
Let me ask you this. How did your woman react in June when she came?
She wanted to come out the house and put the flip-flops on her.
Thereafter, you still have your woman?
Yeah, I'm with her right now. She at home.
All right, well, you won't be when she watched this and find out about last Thursday.
Oh, yeah, she will? Because she will. She already knows all about this because...
She knows about last Thursday.
There was no last Thursday. We text, but there was no last Thursday, Your Honor. Just because you text somebody doesn't mean something happens.
Did you sleep with him last
Yes,
Thursday
I did have text messages. I did.
The text message saying what? It was good or
No,
it wasn't good or that's the last time?
Your Honor, I interject. The only thing good about her was the sex.
So.
Well, then that's why
I
you
wasn't
went
there
back last Thursday.
I wasn't there last Thursday. No, I wasn't there. I texted her. I wanted to come by.
You don't want your
and she was
woman
like,
to know.
I told her. No, I told my girl everything. I don't lock my phone. I don't hide secrets.
I got my new woman. I ain't trying to chase you away.
Nah, I told her.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it.
Thursday. Show me something that says Thursday. You give me a pile of texts.
And then she said I defamed her name.
Indicates that last Thursday you all were sleeping together. You know, having relations, as we like to call it. So when is the last time you have been in contact with her physically? You know, you all go back and forth.
It was within the 3 months when my girlfriend moved out due to complications of the pregnancy. And yeah, she knew what I was doing because I told her what I was doing. I was messing back with her for a couple months because.
When was that?
Between January and February.
Okay. All right. And that's when you all last spent time together.
Yeah, spent time together physically, yes. Text message.
January.
January, February. Maybe March too, but that's about as far. I mean, I can't be exactly sure. I don't keep track of that stuff. I don't keep track of dates.
I don't know. You trying to see her and sleep with her, you're begging. You're begging. This was 2 weeks ago.
She said last Thursday.
Right, but you were begging. It took you that long for her to give in.
See.
Yeah, I know it was last Thursday, but 2 weeks ago is when the begging started. So what time you want me to come? I'll hit you when I'm done working.
That's not really begging. That's just saying.
She said, it is when she got to go through all that. I thought that was tomorrow. She playing you off, by the way. I don't know if you knew it or not.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that was tomorrow you was going to do that. Why can't we wait until then? You getting the playoff.
No, she wanted Friday. I can't do no Friday.
I asked you yesterday, and yesterday you said tomorrow, which would have been today. That's what we got. I said Friday. I'm gonna go back and watch all the videos I have of you so I can see you one way. She says, please do, meaning you ain't gonna see her personally, so you better go watch the video. That's good. Took you a week of begging to get to last Thursday. Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me about this lawsuit.
Defamation is, like I said,
The contract was the $300 that he says he owes?
Correct. Your
All
Honor.
right, we have that out the way.
Okay.
How did he defame you?
Basically, like I said, on Facebook, him making videos talking about me, calling me the B word, talking about he hasn't talked to me in over 2 years, like I showed you in the text. We still been seeing each other.
Now, name calling isn't defamation. Defamation is making up something false that you know to be false, telling it to other people to harm your reputation, and it does harm your reputation. Now, the part you're saying, if he told people, he put it on Facebook, or he told others that he had not seen you in 2 years?
Yes.
What do you think the purpose of that was? Because you have to show that it was intended to hurt your reputation.
Yeah, just to make it look like I'm crazy and I'm stalking him.
Which is defamation, trying to give you a bad reputation by intentionally stating a lie.
Correct.
Sir, what do you say to that?
I put what I put on Facebook, but I never put her name on Facebook, so how does she know I'm talking about her? Because I never ever made a post with her name in it.
She's the only one that can fit that category.
No, it's a few. No.
Thank
you, Judge. I just thought I won, and just to prove to him that he's still been seeing me, so that's it.
Just to prove to you, you could say what you want, your text messages and whatever you want, but the right side of my chest has nothing on it. So your birdie says right there, you see it on the left side. You don't want to look now. You wanted to see so bad.
I'm just done with
She wanted to see. You wanted to see so bad, right? It's right here.
He wants to make
You wanted to see. It's right there.
Oh, thank you.
It's right there.
Plaintiff Mallory McMahon says a year and a half after she started dating the defendant, he started acting shady. So Mallory put a GPS tracker on his phone. Mallory claims one night she tracked the defendant and went to where he was, and she found him in his car in a compromising position with another woman. She's suing for property damages and a loan. Defendant Tremel Powell says Mallory is a good person and a good mother, but she is insecure. Tremel insists nothing happened between him and the female Mallory caught him with, and he claims he only damaged Mallory's property after Mallory threatened to damage his property.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met Tremel in July 2015. Everything was great up until January of this year, and he would stop answering my calls. He would be gone. He would go to work and not come back in, you know, stuff like that. So people.
What type of relationship had you had?
It was wonderful. He was good to me and my kids, dates, everything.
Exclusive relationship?
Yes.
Talked every day?
All the time. And after, I don't know what happened in January, but everything just changed. He stopped answering the phones, doing, like, you know, people would tell me stuff, but I'm more like, I want to know. I got to see for myself.
You were like who?
Like friends that we have, you know, in common, like around each other.
Ladies? Your girlfriends?
Most of his guys.
They wanted him.
Most of his guys.
Am I right or wrong?
Both guys too.
Oh, the guys wanted you too?
No, not one of them.
And
No.
the girls. You are popular then. All right.
Pendulum don't swing that direction.
Go ahead.
Okay, so after this, when everything was happening, like I said, I had to see for myself. So I put a GPS tracker on his phone, and after the last straw, he came home at 5 o'clock in the morning. Good thing I did do it because his birthday came. I had him a birthday party. He left to get liquor and never came back. I put the GPS tracker, I tracked the phone down. I pulled where he was at on the side of a road with a girl in the car, and her head was in his lap. I knocked on the window. He looked at me crazy and told me that she dropped her phone in between his legs.
And you go sit there and tell. I can wait too much.
What'd you do?
We started arguing, and I told him that I didn't want to be with him anymore. I was more upset because I'm bisexual. I like girls. We could have brought her home together. What's make her so special to go have to sneak and do it?
You want to give me some background?
Yeah, pretty much what she said. When I met her, she basically approached me like the confidence pretty. She was confident because she approached me. You know, I haven't, but
Where
I
were
usually
you all?
in the park, Douglas Park. It was like that neighborhood. In my neighborhood where I'm from, we have parties in the park, and it's during the summer. It was one of those summer
In
parties.
Chicago, Douglas
Yeah,
Park?
West Side. Yeah. He came approached me, but I like.
Said what?
Yeah, that's too graphic for TV, but what she said.
What?
I'm gonna give you
The first sentence.
The PG-13.
Hey, baby, you
No, the first sentence was, I heard you got a look. And you know me, I can't take a hit without giving the hit back. It was like, yeah, did they tell y'all not to use it? And so the conversation started from there and went from there, and it was like, after a few months, we cool, moved in together, you know.
okay? And how did the relationship go?
Like she said, everything was good. Good woman, good mother, all around good person, but insecurities about relationships.
Did you ever suspect her cheating, perhaps with other women?
No, I ain't.
Okay.
Can't say that I did.
Maybe she dropped her phone.
Why would I have to if I was bringing them home with me to women? What's the problem? Should be excited.
Yeah, that was-
what man wouldn't love that? What make it so to have to go and do it on your own?
Your Honor,
She wasn't even cute, Your Honor. Her hair was a fool.
I went to go get some liquor. On my way back, I saw a person I went to school with offered a ride. Now I'm maybe 4 blocks away from the apartment. I go to at the stoplight. Phone was on the charger. The center console right here. Go to reach for the phone. Now it's between the center console and the seat. It's not in my lap. Go to reach for it. I'm turning to reach for it. All I hear is boom, 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 boom. Look, it's this one.
So you were giving her a ride, bottom line.
Yeah, on my way back to where I was going. She was going the same direction, offered a ride.
5 a.m.
No, it wasn't 5
time?
a.m. this day.
What
This
time?
day it was probably like 2.
She was walking around on the street.
I don't know where she was going. I
On the
was coming
street?
from
You
liquor-
picked up
yeah, she was
off
on
the street?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
He told me a party. He was dropping her off at a party, Your Honor.
I didn't tell you that.
Yes, you did.
How often would he disappear?
A lot. It started happening in January.
For
Like
how
October.
long? How much time? How much of the
Maybe
time?
2-3 hours. Sometimes 4. The last one was with the 5 o'clock. That's
You
when
time overnight or two?
No, he never overnight. But 5 o'clock in the morning is overnight. Like they said, let the sun beat you home.
Never did 2 nights in a row or anything?
Never 2 nights
All
in a
right.
row.
So
It's
he's
still
not-
fresh.
All right, so he's not on crack. So maybe, but he could have had a crack head. Was the woman a crack head?
She looked like it, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
Walking around on the street 2 a.m. in the morning, wondering. You don't ask her where she's coming from because you know where she's coming from is likely to be that she's coming from either the dope house or somebody that was helping her get some dope. And so, all right, what happened?
After that happened, I left and told him he had to get his stuff from my house. I went home, and when I got home, he called me and said he was coming to get his things. I packed everything and put it in front of my door. And when you first, in the back of the door, when I opened the door, he came in, he pushed me through the door. I fell down. He came in, went into the kitchen where the laundry was at, took the bleach off the counter and poured it all over my carpet, then the carpet, then went in my bathroom and kicked the faucet off the tub. He put a hole in the wall.
And how did it end?
I told him I was calling the police, how it always ends, and he took off out my apartment. But then he left, and he started sending me these text messages.
What about the loan?
The loan is for the cell phone that I got him that he was supposed to pay me back for. He signed a promissory note telling me he was going to give me the money back once he got his job.
You describe what happened.
Yeah, I called her and told her I was coming to get my things, like I do. I'm packing everything, paperwork, pencils, everything. But anyway, I go to the door. Now she's like kind of not barricading it, but like blocking the door. So I told her, I'm like, I'm getting my stuff. That's what you want me to do. I'm gonna get it and get out of here. But as I was going in, she still was trying to, I'll bring it to you. You can't carry all these bags without moving away from the door. It's 2 big bags in a book bag. So I nudged it a little bit. She stepped back, fell on her own. I didn't push her. I didn't push the door. She fell. And when I came in, she said, okay, since you want to be aggressive, you push me, I'm going to do this to your stuff, I'm going to do this to your stuff. She threatened my stuff. She actually didn't do nothing, but she threatened my stuff. So I'm thinking, I took it
Threatening
serious.
how? What was she going to do?
Everything you could do to her. Cut, burn, bleach,
All
trash.
right. And what did happen?
Now, when she said that, the bleach was out. Because I guess it cleaned early. I mean, we cleaned earlier. It was still sitting in the kitchen.
So you had helped clean.
Yeah, we cleaned
earlier
because it was my
with
birthday
bleach.
for guests to come over. Yeah, we
All
cleaned
right.
the kitchen floor and the
And you
bathroom.
left the bleach there after cleaning.
No, I helped her. She actually.
I
had
washed
bleach.
clothes. He didn't clean.
She threatened my stuff and had it near her, so I grabbed the bleach and I go to make it false threats back,
For what?
Waving about damaging her stuff. She says I take care of my clothing, so I like my clothes.
So you intended to do what when you grabbed it?
Nothing. It was a empty threat, but anyway. Hey, but
No, it's not anyway. You grabbed the bleach, you had an empty threat, and then what happened?
Pump faked, and the top wasn't all the way on.
And it did damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you caused the damage.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Why shouldn't you pay for it?
Because it was an accident, and I don't feel like I don't feel like I should because
it was an accident.
Yeah, that's the main reason I wouldn't.
Had you not grabbed it and started pretending that accident wouldn't have occurred.
No.
All right. Even if you didn't intend to damage the property, you were negligent in grabbing a bottle of bleach, waving it around, and the result is it spilled and damaged the property. What about the other damages?
The bathroom. I was using the bathroom after I told her I got to use the bathroom before I get out of there because I got an hour train ride to where I'm going. Didn't want to drive. So
My car. You're right. You weren't driving it. But go ahead, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I went to use the bathroom, locked the door as I was using the bathroom. She come banging on the door. I said, let me finish using the bathroom, and I leave. I unlock the door, get up, wash my hands. And as I go to open the door, she's trying to come in the bathroom, too. Bathroom probably from the door to the tub, 3.5 feet. Toilet to the wall, same distance. So it's small. Now, I try to walk past her. I try to get past her. Now, she turned to a defensive lineman. No, I'm not. So as I was trying to get past, she trying to stop me from getting past and go to reaching for me. As she was reaching for me, inebriated mind thinking, I try to get past her, spin move, man down, nothing to catch, shower curtain, tub. Spout, knock the spout.
What's happening? You're coming here acting like you were such a player. She hit on me. If you were
on.
such a player, she'd have said, well, no, baby, you did me wrong. But I'm not going to mess your stuff up and damage your stuff. But I might have to break up with you. But perhaps we can talk about it later because I think this is a bad time for both of us. And you said, okay, baby, that's how we handle it. That's how you should handle things.
You don't know this. You don't know this woman.
You don't know the game. You keep talking about she approached you and this and that and the other. You don't even know how to take advantage of the fun she offers.
Your Honor,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Your Honor,
you learned the game. What part of the game you learned?
There was no aggression, as you can see in the text messages that he sent to me. He was the aggressor.
Let's
He
see
was
it,
mad.
please. Did she loan you money and did you repay it?
No, it was the phone, the iPhone.
Do you think you should pay for that?
Oh.
Play games, B. When I come, I'm coming. Then you say, your kid saved you. I promise. All right, so you were threatening her. $4,900 is your judgment, ma'am, for the damages and the phone that he failed to reimburse you for. Have a good day.
I got no problem with it. She's still cool with me. Whatever happens. We can be friends or get back into it or whatever, get back into a relationship.
No, I'm okay. I'm fine with it. I just want to stay far away. That's it. He's a good person. Not for me. I'm just done with it.
Plaintiff Sharice McMore dated the defendant, but she claims after he won a settlement, everything changed. Sharice claims the defendant started throwing money around at the clubs, and then he went to jail for abusing cocaine. Sharice is suing her ex for unpaid child support. Defendant James Wilson says Sharice is nothing but a gold-digging ex-stripper with a bad attitude. James claims while he was in prison, he discovered Sharice was cheating on him with his cousin, and he's countersuing for lost wages.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, so me and James from 1999 to the early part of 2006, we dated. Everything was fine at first. Then his son passed away. When his son passed away, he was 7. Our daughter together was 7 weeks. His son passed away. He got this lawsuit money. He just changed into a whole different person.
Money will change most people, big money.
Yeah, and it did change him. I mean, he just changed into a whole totally different person. He started writing his phone number on $100 bills, giving them to women in the street. He was in the club throwing up money, being named himself the stunt man. He just was like a real show to put on. Yep. I found out about the cocaine use when James went to jail for snorting cocaine.
How much did he get?
A few hundred thousands of dollars.
Guys do that. I was with a buddy, older gentleman. Went to a club and all these young girls are running up to him. Very beautiful. Wanting to holler at him and give him their number. So I'm like, man, what that just happened? He said, well, I write my number down on the $100 bill.
Yep.
And I play the law of averages. So I give hundreds to about 10 and tell them if they want to holler at me, come on back. For some more.
It's cool if you're taking care of your responsibility.
That's the game, huh?
Hey, it's my
But I
money.
mean,
can
it's
do what I
cool
want
if
to,
you're
right?
taking care of your
That's the game.
responsibility.
There you go. She was mad because she wasn't getting it.
Oh, I got mine. But
There you go.
anyway.
Go ahead, man. But now
So-
you got to sue him for child support.
Yeah,
How many years
because
ago was that? This ain't nothing to laugh at. How many years ago?
My baby was 7 weeks old when his son died, so he
And how
got
was
this money
he?
probably around 3 or 4 when she was about 3 or 4
And
years
how
old.
old is she now?
She'll be 18 in 3 days.
All right. Has he paid child support throughout the 15 years, however?
Well, I put him on child support in 2011. They ordered him to pay $66
prior to
a week.
2011.
No, he was not
paying?
doing anything. That's why I had to put him on child support.
How long did it take you to
Lying.
recognize you needed to do that?
When he came home from prison and he wouldn't give me no
When
money.
I cut off the money.
If he cut it off, then I wasn't getting
I
it. Then I
cut
want
it
my
off.
money. Like,
That's
but
why.
anyway, so 2011, I took him to child support. I took him to child support, and the reason what made me take him to child support is because my youngest daughter, her father had gotten killed, and Jemiah called him daddy as well. All my kids did because we was in
No,
the
she
household
made
with
him
us.
call it
Be
that.
quiet.
So, I asked James to buy Jemiah a pair of shoes for the funeral. The night before the funeral, I went to go get the shoes from his house. He told me I took too long, so he took them back. So after the funeral and stuff, yes, I made it my business to file child support.
All right. Let me give you some insight in others, ladies and men perhaps, who are due child support. You don't have to put anybody on child support. That should be natural to do. And the men should want that, or women. That way you can be accountable for your child support payments, because what happens in many instances, I've said this before, you're paying based on what you think the child needs, and you're paying in cash, nothing through the court. When you get down there to the court and she gets mad with you and you say, well, Your Honor, I gave her $10,000 in cash in the last 5 years. Ma'am, did he get it? No, ma'am. Don't know nothing about it.
Don't know nothing about it.
See?
Don't know nothing about
Exactly.
I'm just telling you how it can go. And all you young men don't want the government, no, keep the government out my business. All right, you get to court, she gonna put the government in your business then. She gonna say he hadn't given me anything, even though you may have been giving her money. All right, good enough. And your background is what, sir? What do you want to tell me?
John, I'm gonna take you, even page that picture. Basically, me and Sharice met back in the day. Sharice is as an ex-stripper.
A good one, too.
A gold-digging
good
ex-stripper.
one,
That's what happened to your money.
A good one, too.
That's what happened to
very
your
good
money.
one.
She's
Now
a
we
gold-digging
know.
ex-stripper
A
with
good
a
one.
bad attitude. It's that
You an ex-trick or stealing?
With a bad attitude.
There you go. But 2006,
Okay.
right?
Go ahead.
2006. Basically, I was locked up. I was incarcerated for a crime I didn't do. Right. Basically, Sharice made me think that she was still, she was homeless with our children, with my child and her kid. I told my mother to give her $2,000 for the first month rent, last month rent, and all the utilities. When I get out, I found out that Sharice had spent my money and she was having a sexual relationship with my cousin.
You don't, please.
While I was in jail.
The lies you tell.
I was there. You could say it was a lie anyway. Sharice's temper would get her in trouble. 2010, she had an altercation with our child's principal. Cussed this man out. They told her that she
And we'll
is
cuss
not
you out, too, about
allowed
my
on
child.
their property anymore.
You are a
But
liar.
Big and Bad thought she thought they were playing, so she went up there and they locked her behind up.
And about my child, I will go to jail again.
2008, me and her had an issue where we had a discussion. I went over to her house when she was standing somewhere. I went out to her house to discuss it with her. We couldn't come to an agreement and stuff. We started arguing.
But you always hide.
I left.
You always hide.
Somebody called the police, right? When the police came, she tried to get me locked up. Oh, he ain't got no license for that car or whatever the situation.
Oh, boy, the lies you tell.
They ran everybody's license and stuff. She has a warrant. They lock her up. As they taking her to jail, she turns to my child and said, "Look what your daddy did." I ain't do none of that.
You probably did.
I ain't call the po-po.
You probably did.
I don't call po-po.
There's no telling what you do.
All right, you want to address the allegation that you're a canehead, or you didn't say crackhead, canehead?
No, he snorts cocaine.
We both did.
He snort. Yes, he did introduce me to cocaine.
Both did.
And guess what? When I broke up with cocaine, I broke up with him and never looked back ever. But he still get high to this point, even to the fact that our daughter came home. She was like 10, 11 years old, coming home taking baby powder, putting it right here, making jokes about him snorting cocaine. He don't have no respect for our child at all. You know what he told my daughter that she came to this show? That she was dead to him. And my line, or let me pull out the text message.
Me and my daughter talked the day before I came here.
And you told her
before
what?
I came
and what
here.
did you tell her?
And we got to understand it because the fact that
you threatened
the mama of my child
Did you
had
tell her she was dead to you?
No, that's what she said.
Did you say that you was dead to your
No, I didn't know it. I never told my daughter.
You didn't say she came on this show she was going to be dead to you.
Told my child.
All
That's
right.
a lie.
Tell me about the child support you're being sued for.
Say it one more
Do
time.
you owe the amount she's suing you for in child support?
What happened with child
delinquency?
support? What happens with child support is that
let me see if you tell him this crap that you told me.
Quiet, ma'am.
My child support has been paid up until a year, this last year.
Okay.
What it was is that my last job kept me on for 5 months, which was a mystery to me. But child support couldn't, they tried to debit that account right there, but I had no funds come from there. They never, so eventually they'll catch up, because they usually do. When I switch jobs, they catch up. But they didn't, right? So
yes, they did.
I mean, well.
Where the $100 bills at?
Check this out. But the thing about it is that this lawsuit right here is bogus. Child support is going to get, going to catch up and everything going to get paid. Right? I'm not a delinquent father.
Yes, you are.
But the thing about it is that she wants me to pertain to be delinquent. I have cash apps and all the stuff that I give my daughter money. I have evidence where I have given my daughter money.
What they got to do with child
Let's
support?
talk to you about all that.
What they got to do with child support?
That's the point I just made. Ma'am, do you have a delinquency statement? Because
from the court?
Yes.
This is
what I have to
the
go
last
by,
time he made
sir.
the payment, and this is the child support order.
Yeah.
And it's not the first time he's been delinquent. They don't have to take his taxes two different times. And
Due
this year,
to
he's
you,
going to say that.
$2,863. You are currently delinquent, sir. So, judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim of wages. How are you losing wages?
I came here to settle this.
All right, well, hurry up and get out of here. $2,863. Your claim is dismissed.
You are a clown.
Have a good day.
Yo, she's special.
You are a clown. You think
You dumb. You are so stupid.
You are an idiot.
So stupid. And I'm still give $100 to these chicks.
That's why I got that money.
You got their money, dude. You ain't got the money.
Like I needed to, baby.
And I'ma still ball out, girl. Hey, check this out. I ain't got never deal with you again. My child turned 18.
Pay that child support. I don't deal with you now, but pay that child support, though, baby. Child support.
What the hell?
Just pay that money, baby.
Just
Run
ask her why my child haven't graduated yet.
Check, baby. That's all you need to do is run that check.
Ask her why she's still in 11th grade.
Run that check up, baby.
That's
all you need to do is run that check.
I'm gonna stay clean. I'm gonna be good.
Plaintiff LaToya Darby says the defendant pursued her after they met at work, and they started an intimate relationship. LaToya claims she tried multiple times to end things with the defendant, but he refused to go away. She's suing him for car repairs, unpaid wages, and emotional distress. Defendant Eddie Gaucher and his wife Marlo say Eddie dated LaToya for 5 years, and she cheated the entire time. Eddie claims not only did LaToya assault him with a cinder block, but she lied about being pregnant with his child. He's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met the defendant back in 2013 through work. And ever since then, he had his eye on me. And unrelentlessly,
What was he doing?
Unrelentlessly, again, unrelentlessly.
Give me some examples.
He tried his best to get at me. He later on got hired on with
Give
my
me
dad.
some examples of
with my
him
dad,
being-
and, with my dad and uncle, and he would try to come around, try to do anything he could just to make himself present.
What did he say to you?
He would. It's a lot of things he said.
Just give me one thing. So you accuse this man of chasing you? His wife is right here with him, and
Exactly.
you can't give
She's
me
the new
one
wife.
sentence
He's a
of what he
womanizer.
has said to you?
He's a womanizer because he has had several
That's
women
enough,
in
ma'am.
the.
That's enough,
in the
ma'am. We're
midst.
gonna move on because
Okay.
you can't even give me one sentence or one word that he has said to you, even though he has hit on you relentlessly. You tell me the nature of your association with the plaintiff.
First of all, she was my girlfriend for 5 years.
So she gave in.
Yes, she did. She was my girlfriend for 5. She was my girlfriend for 5 years. Within those 5 years, she wasn't faithful. She wasn't faithful.
What
within
years
those
were
5
those,
years.
sir?
You are such a liar.
Ask her to leave. Take her out.
Oh my God.
Thank you. But she wasn't faithful. I seen she wasn't faithful in those 5 years. So.
And what year time frame was that?
Well, sir, I don't have the time
You
frame.
don't know what years you went with the woman?
No, sir, I ain't going.
This is a sham. You didn't go with her. Both
not
of y'all
gonna
trying
lie
to
to
give
you.
some different impression to your
No,
wife.
no, I wouldn't
You're
dare
trying to
do
act
that.
like you don't know which years because they overlap with your marriage.
Well,
they overlap,
no.
don't they?
Your Honor.
They overlap.
Your Honor.
You come in here and play crazy. I was trying to look out for you and your marriage, but you come in here now. What?
Well,
Don't
being
dig
hit.
yourself a deeper hole. What?
Excuse me. Well,
You see,
Your
she
Honor.
said right.
Your Honor, being hit in the head with a center block, it affect my memory.
It do.
It really do.
Okay, who hit you in the head with a center?
She did.
She hit you in the head with a center
With
block?
a center block.
All right, and the center blocks hurt your memory.
The center
But it
block.
can
did
she
something.
say it can also, I'm sure she'll say it can also cause hallucinations. Because she's gonna deny going with you for 5 years.
Okay,
You
so
tell me the nature. I'll go back to
I
you
did
with the
everything I
relationship.
could to get this man to try to stop. We were not together. In his eyes, we dated. I told him we will never be together.
Did
It
you
would
all
never-
have intimacy? Did
We
you
did.
share intimacy?
We did.
Regularly?
Yes.
Over the course of how many years?
5 years.
5 years.
But that doesn't mean he was married during the 5 years.
5 years.
We had sex. It was just sex. He
So it
was
was a
lusting after me.
sexual
And it was just
relationship
sex
for 5
me.
years.
He was lusting after me. So I tried every method I could to get him to stop, to leave me alone, to go away. But he kept coming back. I even have a message telling him that
You don't know how to stop having sex with a man?
I do.
Thank you, Jesus.
Unless you were in love.
That's right.
And
was that
on
the
his
case?
End. That was on his end.
So why couldn't you stop?
I could stop.
So why didn't you?
Because I can't give you the full background of the 5
Just
years.
tell me you
but
don't have
to. I told this man.
And when he kept doing
I
it,
had
why
a
didn't you just
boyfriend.
lock your door?
I had a boyfriend.
Why didn't
He would
you
still
lock
come
your
around.
door?
He would try other ways. He would try other ways through my family just
Well,
to
then
get in to
lock
try
the
to come
windows
around.
if he tried
He
other
tried to come
ways.
around. I have a police report. I put up a no trespassing sign.
There you go.
Everything. Everything. No trespassing sign.
Oh,
Police report.
See that? Now you're making your case. Sir, anytime a woman got to put up a no trespass in her yard for you, you are chasing her.
Police report.
Let's see.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
I'm
What
trying
did you do to stop him?
Block
You
messages.
can't do no more than that. You definitely made your best effort. All right. There you go. Was dispatched in reference to a subject trespassing on the property. Police report. Upon arrival, officer met with LaToya Darby. She stated that a subject, Eddie, was on her property and she did not want him here. Sir, you want to respond to that?
Yes, sir.
Tell me first.
Well,
explain this. Like your wife say, respond.
Yes, sir. Well, that's right. Well, respond to that, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, she was calling me back to do work for them. I was doing work for them.
What month and year did they ask you to do these things?
Oh, my goodness.
What season and year?
What season? What season, sir?
I know your memory is affected because
it is.
the cinder block she hit you.
It's like I got everything right here. Can I show you this?
Because I'm
May
standing
I
here.
show you this?
What is it?
What
is it,
thank you,
sir?
thank you.
What
Sir,
is it?
My statement.
This is your petition with
yes.
small claims court, right?
Yes, sir.
I agreed to help because her father and I were very close. She asked me if I would help her fix it because she knew I had experience with auto mechanic work. I proceeded taking out the radiator while she stood and watched. This time she began to yell and scream. I'm tired of this. She began walking toward another vehicle. She emerged from the car with a holstered firearm. She then removed the gun and started yelling and screaming. Her sister ran up, said, "Give me the gun." She gave her the gun.
Thank you.
I noticed my laces were untied and I bent down to tie my shoe and I was hitting the back of the head with a cinder block.
That's the God.
My best friend and his girlfriend was sitting on the couch as she hit me. I left there with no intentions of ever going back. I moved on and now I'm married. She is very upset about it, and now she states she's pregnant and wants me to give her money. I just want closure. She told you she was pregnant?
Yes, she did.
Did you, ma'am?
Your Honor.
Yes.
All of this.
Yes.
Did you ever tell
All
them,
of
ma'am,
this.
just answer my question.
Your
Did you
Honor.
ever tell them you were pregnant?
I have. Oh my God.
She
all
told
of
me.
This,
No, ma'am. I'm asking you a very direct question. Matter of fact, let's make it yes or no. Yes or no, did you tell him or his wife that you were pregnant by him?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, good enough. Were you?
Yes.
The unpaid wages, how does he owe you?
Well, back in September, I was doing sheetrock work with them because that's when I came back from out of town and he wanted me around. He told me that he'll pay me. He was getting paid $1,500 for the job and that he would give me $800 out of that. And
You never received anything?
no.
All right, and what about the car repairs you're referring
That
to?
was
He was to repair them for you. How did he end up owing you for them?
because he never fixed it.
And you never
said that he
paid.
was-
Have you paid him to fix it?
No, he said that, no. Why would I pay him? And he volunteered to do this work.
Okay, so that was a
He,
promise of a gift.
Exactly.
Okay, and a promise of a gift is not binding. Sir, let me hear about her doing work for you and you agreeing to pay her $800 in wages.
Well, sir, we started off a job together. She held up probably about 3 pieces of sheetrock. I did give her some money off that, and I didn't even get a chance
What
to
was the
finish it.
agreement to give her?
Well, my agreement, when we
With
finished
her?
the job, I will give you $800.
And you never finished?
We didn't never
Why?
finish. Well, for one, she left to.
Did you finish the job, ma'am?
He never finished the job. He told me he would give me the money
Did you finish your part?
out of the settlement.
Did you finish your part?
I couldn't because he didn't. He
Okay,
was my
so
boss.
the answer is no,
He
you
was
did
my
not
boss.
finish the job either. And your emotional distress is for what?
Well, for one, she owed me for pain and suffering.
For hitting you?
Hitting me with the center block. I have headaches. I have memory loss. I have my papers right here from the doctor.
Let's see him.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what do you say to this? You hit him with a cinder block?
I was defending myself.
What happened? You tell me
came-
what happened.
We had words, and he didn't like what I said, so he, of course, put his hands on me. Therefore, I picked up a cinder block and I threw it at him, missing him.
No, you didn't miss me.
So, obviously, yeah.
You didn't do that. You got me good.
No,
You got me real good.
if I did, well, it probably was the ego
I'm up
hit, huh?
here.
When did this occur?
Then this was November the 13th, 2018.
Sir, this says March 29th.
And the
is
reason
when you went.
The reason why I didn't went ahead and do that then, Your Honor, well, her father had just died.
Okay.
We was good friends.
Show me where you told the doctors that she hit you with a cinder block.
No, I'm
because it
saying
says there you had a neck strain and a back strain that's
That's right.
typical of car accidents.
No.
I read it. You just read it to me. Who's telling you said.
Where's the paper? He does it. Where's the paper?
Your Honor, can I say something?
Yeah, sure, you can say something.
Okay. First of all, ever since I've been in this relationship with him, they have been going back and forth. She drives by my house. She calls my daughter's job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just unrelentlessly and ridiculous.
You see what she presented when he kept coming around? Now you say she's coming around you?
She's coming
Here,
too.
hand her that. Can she? No, her. She needs it now.
Now I need it.
She needs it. There we go. All right. In the meantime, I'm dismissing both your claims. Sounds like you all were playing games with money, as couples do when they get mad, and I'm just not going to be a part of that. Give me the sign. I'm tired of them too. My time. Now get out of here. Case dismissed.
Bye-bye.
And I won't be seeing you no more.
It doesn't matter. That's
right.
what I've been trying to get you to for the last 5 years.
It's over. Okay.
No. I've been.
Baby,
I've
you don't
tried
want none
to.
of this. You don't want none of
You
this.
don't want none of this.
You don't
I tried to
want
talk
none
to
of
you
this.
about your husband.
You don't want
I tried to
none
talk
of
to you.
this.
You didn't want to hear the truth.
You don't want none
You don't
of
want
this.
the truth.
You better stop.
That's all. You don't want the
Could y'all please
truth.
remove her? Because I'm
You
not
don't want the truth.
Play with.
They're not going to remove me because this is the interview. I
Let's
tried
go.
everything, and I even tried to speak with you about your husband. You don't want to hear the truth, okay? Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
I even congratulated you guys.
Bye-bye.
Plaintiff Cheyenne Yates met the defendant on a dating app, and they fell in love. Cheyenne claims after they moved in together, the defendant became physically and verbally abusive, and she's suing him today for the balance due on a loan and personal property. Defendant Tyler Merrick admits his relationship with Cheyenne was rocky, but he insists he never put his hands on her. Tyler claims he repaid Cheyenne for the loan, and he doesn't owe her anything for her property.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met Tyler in the fall of 2015 on Tinder.
Tinder, which one get? No. There's one that gets you quick sex that's closest around, right?
Right. Yeah.
Is that the Tinder?
No.
Isn't that what it does? You notify people?
I mean, it's more than that.
Tell me what happens. How did this happen on the Tinder? Who went on what first and who did what?
So we quickly fell in love
No.
with each other.
I want to know how you got on that Tinder. I want to know the Tinder process. There's a lot of people want to know it. So you have first-hand knowledge.
So you can send people messages that you swipe right on.
What do you know? How do you learn of the people?
So you have to swipe right or left. If you swipe right, then
You go to
like them.
Tinder.com or whatever. You got to be on the app. Mm-hmm. Then you
Swipe right or you swipe left after you make a profile, of course.
you put your profile up.
Like kind of like Facebook, but like you put like a bio of like what you're looking for.
And then what
And then you
happens?
swipe right or you swipe left on the people that are on there. So if you swipe right, you like them. If you swipe left, you don't like them. So I swiped right.
How do you see all the people at one time?
They just like come up.
Okay, the people who fit your description pop up.
It's just like everybody. It's not really a profile thing.
Everybody's like millions of people. Mm-hmm. So they all come up and you say, like that one.
Yep.
And
And
then
then you can either message them or they can message you, depending on, like, they have to like you first. Like, you have to like match. So you like them, they like you, and then you can message each other. So we started messaging each other and we hit things off. And then he started coming to see me a lot and we started going on dates and stuff. And then we decided that we wanted to move in together. I quickly realized that he was very mean, controlling, abusive, physically and emotionally.
Tell me about that.
He would hit me, he would push me out of his car, he was throwing trash cans at me. One time I was scared to stay in the same room with him.
You sure did?
So.
He was doing it?
Yeah.
You couldn't take him?
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean.
Little bitty thing. Go ahead.
I was even scared to stay in the same room as him. And when I came back to the room, my stuff was all over the floor. Like my stuff was broke. There was pieces of like my sunglasses because he had broken them in a fit of like rage.
Did you ever call the police on him?
I did. At the end, when I was trying to get my things and he was throwing my stuff at me and calling me names, I got the police involved. And I mean, they really couldn't help me. I was just trying to get my stuff back at that point and get out of there. He even called me, excuse my language, a baby back when I was crying because I was leaving my hometown, and I called him looking for comfort, and instead he called me names because he wanted me to hurry up so that we could get home on time.
How often would he put his hands on you?
Probably about once a month or twice a month. He's very emotionally abusive. He would call me names all the time. I think he has anger issues really bad, and I think he has bipolar disorder.
Sir, you tell me about this.
Your Honor, none of that was true. The relationship was rocky, but there were some times that we fought, but I never put my hands on her.
That's a lie.
Hand, I never put my hands on
That's
her.
a lie.
If that was the case, when she called the cops, I would have went to jail, right?
Nope. Not all the time.
Well, 9 times out of 10.
Depends on where you live.
Okay. But I was never arrested. I never did put my hands on her.
That's a lie.
It was a rocky relationship.
You have a police report where you say he put his hands on you?
No.
Okay.
Because it didn't happen, Your Honor.
And tell me about the loan you're suing for.
I'm suing for a trip that I paid for because I paid $3,600 for the trip.
When?
He agreed. This happened in March of 2017.
What was the agreement?
We agreed that we would split the trip after I paid for the full thing. So he would pay me $1,800. He would pay me whenever he could.
Okay, and what happened?
So he ended up paying me back about $1,494. And then when we broke up, he basically said, I don't owe you anything, you don't have any proof. And
He was
said
paying
wasn't
you
gonna
up
pay
until
me.
the time you broke up.
Right.
All right. And personal property, tell me about that.
As for the property, we lived together, and I ended up trying to get my stuff back on 3 separate occasions. I even got a U-Haul and took it there, and when I tried to get my things back, he locked me out and left. So when I called the cops, there was nothing they could do because he had left.
Locked you out how?
I didn't have the keys at this point because I had moved out, so he literally locked the doors and left. Like, I had gotten a couple things, and he was yelling at me the whole time. And then I got a box, and I went down, and then he locked the door and left.
When was this?
This was in, I want to say September of 2018.
Okay, and what has happened since that time?
We haven't talked at all, really.
You haven't attempted to get your things?
Correct.
I tried a couple times.
No.
When?
Not since that.
What month? Or months?
I tried like a couple times in the same month. Like, I got the U-Haul, tried to get a couple things, then got locked out.
Why didn't you reach back out later?
The emotional abuse of him was just too much.
You weren't too emotionally distraught to ask a total of 3 times in September, but yet you were too emotionally distraught to ask for the remainder of nearly a year. Sir, let me hear from you on the loan and the property.
As far as the
What
money,
property was it? You have a list?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, so as far as the money, I did pay her, and I have bank statements showing that I took out money to pay her with that.
Does it say that? It says, this is the money I'm taking. Your bank types it in like that?
No, Your Honor.
My
that's
bank
not
won't type it
specifically
in.
what
It just,
says.
shows it just shows I got a withdrawal. It doesn't tell
Right,
me
it
what I
doesn't
did
show
with it.
specifically.
My bank don't know what I do with my money. Go ahead.
So
Just so you
there's
withdrew money.
large sums of money withdrawn, and that I would.
No, there's $28 too. Not large. All of them aren't
When
large.
like she mentioned, when
You
I
got
could pay her.
$50.
When I could pay her back, I
$76?
paid her back when I could.
Okay, but
In-
that doesn't
in
show
payments
anything.
that I could.
It's just a bank
And this
statement.
doesn't indicate that it was $1,800.
The totality of it, all the ones that I highlighted through. if
Okay, so
go
you were
through-
giving her, you gave her $76?
Yes, I was.
Why
I was
just
confused.
$76?
That's all I could afford at the time, sir.
Okay, so 22nd of March, You gave her $270, you took out $270. And every time you took it out, you gave it to her, the ones that are highlighted, right?
Sir.
All right, March 22nd, you gave her $270. Just 3 days later, you gave her $76.
Probably because I got paid, and so I had a little bit more money.
Oh, okay. So you would have had an addition if you got paid, right? A deposit.
Yeah, and I still have bills going out, so I could only pay her like.
Okay, so those bills would be reflected on here too, but they're not. Or it may be, because I don't know what this money was for. All I know is $76 3 days after $270 doesn't sound like somebody who's repaying a loan. That's not how people repay loans based on my experience and observation and common sense. And I'm looking at some other withdrawals. Yeah, $18.
I should have had.
I just don't believe
I
you.
should have had a generic receipt
you
wrote
should
up.
have.
But you live and you
should
learn.
have.
You live and you
should have
learn.
had her sign off.
Yes, I should have.
Because she's way more believable than you.
As far as the personal property, Your Honor, I never told her she couldn't come get it. The one time she did come with the U-Haul, she came in with her friend, and they were trash talking and talking down on me and my family the whole time she was in there.
That is such a
and I said, next
lie.
time you want to be civil and come in, call the cops. Well, she never came back. And when she came back and did get her stuff before, she took everything she wanted.
And where are those properties, though, sir?
They are at my house.
All right.
She never contacted me to try to get them again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you have 30 days to get them. Otherwise, I'll grant her a judgment. So you have a little incentive there to get them. In the meantime, ma'am, you get $306. That's the loan I believe he owes you for. Have a good day. That's my judgment.
He was very abusive mentally and physically, and I wish I would have noticed it further on in the relationship, and I deserve better from somebody, and I'm glad that I went through this because I know next time that I deserve better.
But this is just defamation of character. None of it's true.